Hello! When first learning to play the guitar, aspiring guitarists often find changing between chords extremely difficult. Looking out for common fingers that can remain in place will really help to speed up the chord changing process. It's essential to master the 5 basic chord shapes, which are C, A, G, E and D. It's actually quite difficult to play the C chord perfectly, as not only do you need to hold down the 3 fretted notes, your fingers also mustn't touch any of the strings that are part of the chord. So this includes the open G string and the high E strings. Changing to the C chord quickly often causes difficulty. As with bar chords, correct thumb position can make or break a clear sounding C chord. One great tip is to change to a C chord from an E minor chord, as the second finger can be used as a common finger. Changing to an E minor chord is relatively easy, and your thumb will naturally be in a good position to quickly make the change to a C chord shape. Changing from a G chord to a D chord also has a common finger. So putting all this together, you can play a very common chord progression that's the basis of many songs. The chords will be G, D, E minor and C. Starting with the G chord, your 3rd and 4th fingers should be on the high E string and B strings at fret 3. Your 2nd finger should be on the low E string at fret 3 and your 1st finger on the A string at fret 2. Make sure your 2nd finger is close to fret 3, as beginning guitarists often produce a dead or buzzy sound with the 2nd finger too far back in the fret. Keep your 3rd finger in position, and we're going to change to a D chord by placing your 2nd finger on the high E string at fret 2 and your 1st finger on the G string also at fret 2. Practice alternating between the G and the D chords, keeping your 3rd finger on at all times. The E minor chord is easy to play. Your 1st finger on the A string at fret 2 and your 2nd finger on the D string also at fret 2. You can also play the E minor chord with your 2nd and 3rd fingers, although we're going to be using the 2nd finger as a common finger when changing to the C chord. Keep your 2nd finger in place, remove the 1st finger. Add your 3rd finger on fret 3 on your A string and your 1st finger on fret 1 on the B string. Practice alternating between the E minor chord and the C chord without removing your 2nd finger. Beginning guitarists often play the C chord by placing the 1st finger on first. This can result in your thumb not being in a good position to play the rest of the chord. With your thumb too far back, you'll find it difficult to place your 3rd finger in the correct position. Changing from an E minor chord to a C chord will train your left hand to adopt a good hand position. You can also use your thumb over the top of the neck just to touch that thick E string for when you're strumming, just to mute it. The most difficult change is returning to the G chord from the C chord. Your 1st and 2nd fingers are close to being grouped in the same shape in the C chord as they are in the G chord. So try to keep this finger group held when changing between the C and the G chords. You can put all this together and play a G chord. Keep your 3rd finger on, change to the D chord, change to the E minor chord, keep your 2nd finger on, change to the C chord, and use the finger group moving across to get back to the G chord. Add a rhythmic pattern and you have a nice sounding chord progression that can be used in many different songs. I hope this video has helped you make chord changes easier. Once you've mastered a few basic chord progressions, such as the chord progression in this video, chord changes will be easier in general. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Bye for now.